The fact that she was an astronaut got hit by cosmic rays and, fell back to Earth or something like that. Whatever. You know the story. You know the hype. And am I going to get hit by an advertisement on Twitch? I'm going to get hit by an advertisement on Twitch. Anyway, what you're seeing here is actually the original, one of the original panels from the original Miss Marvel. Because before she was Captain Marvel, she was Miss Marvel. Yes, Kamala Khan was not the first Miss Marvel, but before she was Captain Marvel, she was Miss Marvel. And I you can read this here. But long story short, what basically happened is Captain Marvel was a Kree soldier. Due to Hydra shenanigans with, whatchamacallit Ray, his DNA was shared with Carol, and then she started having this sort of schizophrenia where when she turned into Captain Marvel, it was this sort of uncontrolled transformation, sort of like with the Hulk. And she would turn into Captain Marvel without her consent, and Captain Marvel would be this big, brash superheroine, as you can see here. And, as it started off, she started actually off, interestingly enough, as a fangirl of Captain Marvel and wanted to basically become his wife. Because, the 60s. Women had very limited roles in comics, and even then. But, she went off and became her own character and became a very prominent character in Marvel Comics. But, yeah, she basically started off as a fangirl who basically dreamed of becoming Captain Marvel, got caught up in, Hydra shenanigans, hit by Strange Ray, shares his DNA, and then transformed into Captain Marvel, and she, her mind gets all messed up. And eventually she gains control of it and all that. And of course, the new origin that's been revealed in the latest Captain Marvel, the Mighty Captain Marvel comic, is that she was an astronaut, but her father was very, traditional and said she should be a housewife, and then she decided to still become an astronaut. And then she got hit by the Psycho Magnetron, and that turned her into Captain Marvel. But, folks, the thing you have to remember is that the comic books take place post-Secret Wars. Yeah, remember the Secret Wars? When all the universes collapsed together and were destroyed, and our Lord and Savior, Doctor Doom, saved the handful of superheroes he could save? Yeah, Doctor Doom saved everybody. Doctor Strange was like, yeah, this is too much responsibility for me, and gave up the power cosmic, while Doctor Doom grabbed a hold of the power cosmic, of the power of the Beyonder, and saved as many people as he could, and that's how we got Secret Wars. And at the end of it, which apparently they still haven't published the last episode of Secret Wars, so we don't know exactly how Secret Wars transitions into the new Marvel continuity. But that's the point. It's a new Marvel continuity. The previous Marvel continuity doesn't exist anymore. It's like DC's New 52, only actually done well. There is no previous continuity. There is no Earth 616. There's no Earth 1610. There is no other Earths. There are no multiverse. There is no Ultimate Universe. There is no What If Universe. None of them exist. It's just one continuity. Well, technically there's still multiple continuities. It's just that they don't interrelate anymore. There's no comic book correlation. Because, of course, we still have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is its own universe, which is actually technically has its own number. Wow, I am dropping frames. Really? Why am I dropping frames? Oh, right. Because I am trying to update all of my stuff on Steam. Let me see if I can fix that. By just force closing Steam. That seems to be solving the issue. Give it a second. Do a little jazz hands. I think we're good. So yeah, That is the actual origin of Captain Marvel. But again, like I said, there is no comic book continuity multi-universe. They don't exist. They were wiped away with Secret Wars. And that's why we've got Old Man Logan, Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, Ultimate Spider-Man, along with Peter Parker. Because basically, Doctor Doom was like, I can't save everybody, but I can save him, and it just like grabs everybody up in a big old bag of cheese doodles and goes, Wah! And that's the new continuity. Everybody he could save, he saved. And just threw them all into one continuity because there is no multi-universe anymore. So, with the universe being remade from the ground up, all origins have changed. Stephen Strange is going to have a new origin. It might be similar to his old origin, but it's still going to be a new origin. Because it's not the same Stephen Strange from the 616. It's not the same Iron Man. It's not the same Captain America. In fact, there are only two characters I can think of off the top of my head that would actually be aware of the previous continuity. Doctor Doom, because he created the continuity. I actually suppose Stephen Strange would actually remember it, though he probably still has a new origin anyway. Because those two were literally the gods of the universe. And then there's Thor, Odin's son, male Thor. Because in the most recent comic, he's actually visited old Asgard, which is dealing with drama. So, like, literal god tier characters know about the old universe. And that's about it. Everybody else has new continuities. Peter Parker, Miguel, Miles Morales, everybody, Wolverine, everyone's going to have new continuity. It might be similar to their old continuity, but they're new. The new universe. It's a fresh start for Marvel. And so, logically, Carol Danvers will also have a new origin as Captain Marvel. Now, are they completely throwing the original Captain Marvel under the bus? We don't know. I mean, her being a fangirl was a big part of her character. And there's a lot of drama that's happened in her life as well. So we really don't know the origins. Some other characters have got... Because there's a lot of interrelation in the Marvel Universe. Like, for example, if you watch the Jessica... what is it called? Jessica Drew? The Spider... the Alias series, the new Netflix series that airs alongside Daredevil and Jessica Drew, where she used to be a hero named, what was it, Jewel? And they introduced a character named Patsy Walker. Patsy Walker in the comics is Hellcat. But what a lot of people seem to forget is that Hellcat, Patsy Walker, was not the first person to wear the yellow jumpsuit. That was a character known as the Cat. Not Hellcat, but the Cat. See if I can find an image for the Cat. There is the Cat. Also known as Greer Nelson, who is currently known as Tigra. So that's right, folks. Patsy Walker, Hellcat, is wearing the hand-me-downs of Tigra. Just remember that, folks. And Tigra's actually origins are very similar to what happened with Beast. Starts off as a costume superhero, and then shenanigans with stuff happens, and they turn into a Beast thing. Because that was back during when Marvel was trying to rebrand themselves as like a horror comic. So that's why Beast turned from human to giant blue monkey. Same reason. Tigra turned from human into cat girl. See, this is all Greer Nelson. She's worked with Peter Parker Spider-Man, Iron Man. All this before she became Tigra. And similarly, Captain Marvel had a lot of interrelations with a lot of characters, had a tie to the original Captain Marvel. But the thing is that, again, a lot of people seem to be forgetting about the complex continuity that is Marvel Comics. Captain Marvel, is not the only one to wear that uniform. In fact, discounting Carol Danvers and Marvel, there have been 5 other Captain Marvels in the Marvel continuity. Look, you can even see it on Wikipedia. We've got Mar-Vell, and then we've got Monica Rambeau. See if we can get a nice picture of the second Captain Marvel. That's the Captain Marvel I usually think of when not thinking of the original Mar-Vell. We have got the third Captain Marvel, Genis Vall, or Vell, Mar-Vell. We've got Phyla Vell. We've got Knir. We've got Noval Var. And then we got Carol Danvers. So if you actually notice, out of the 7 people who've borne the moniker of Captain Marvel, Captain Mar-Vell, 3 have been women. It's not all that new, folks. Just not getting your panties in a twist. Captain Marvel is not that new. Woman being Captain Marvel is not that new. And Carol Danvers is not instantly replacing the original Kree soldier, Mar-Vell. There have been 6 other people after Mar-Vell. 5 between her and Mar-Vell. And it's a new continuity, folks. Just keep that in mind. What's happening in the comics right now is a new continuity. It's like DC's New 52, only actually done well. So everyone's going to have new continuity. They haven't changed the continuity of the characters. They aren't retconning the past, because there is no past, people. The past no longer exists. There is only the current continuity, because Secret Wars killed everybody. Everybody is dead. Even Carol. Well, in a technical sense. Because the old universes are all gone. All the What If universes are gone. The Ultimate Universe, gone. The 610 universe, gone. Every universe, 616, all of them are gone. New continuities exist now, and are presumably continuing to exist, because the entire point of What If is, tangent timeline. So, what if, you go to the timeline, what if Charles Xavier found the gem of Cyttorak instead of Kane? Branch timeline. And it just keeps branching like that. That's what the entire What If comic was about. Take an event in history, branch it. And usually, the resulting branch timeline was absolutely terrible. Which kind of makes you think. Considering how bad Clone Wars was, and how bad One More Day was, which no longer exists, mind you, because, timeline reboot. What would be the What If continuity? Because if 90% of all What If continuities are demonstrably worse. Demonstrably worse. How much worse can One More Day be? But I digress. Anyway, yeah, folks. Just calm down, folks. It's a new continuity. There is no previous continuity, and there is no previous stuff. Now, granted, I've got Avengers Academy on my phone, and it just talked about the alternate timelines, because the big plot line here with Avengers Academy. Let me see if I can actually pull it up for you guys, because it is a fun game. Let's see here. Give you the webcam big. They're having the A-Force event right now, which I know is a little hard to see. But I'll show you some interesting stuff here, because they've got their own multiverse going on. Like, there is an event right now to unlock Lady Loki. But if you actually look, Lady Loki isn't a new character. It's literally a costume change for Loki. But then we have other characters like Singularity, who only existed in Secret Wars. And then we've got stuff like What else can I show you? Ah, here we go. Thor Jane Foster. But Thor Jane Foster is actually a separate character from. Let me pull it up for you. Male Thor, who unlocked level 57, which I clearly am not yet. Again, trying to get this in focus for you guys. There you go. And they have their own continuity of unique things. For example, I can't actually pull that one up for you, can I? Just that's Ant-Man, that's the Hulk, that's Ultimate Universe, Miles Morales, Nico Minori, the girl in green with the red hair is Black Widow. From the Halloween event, she fused with Cthulhu Demon. So I have Cthulhu Black Widow. And they recently had an event where Ant-Man, Scott Lang, was talking with Van Dyne about they're investigating the time fog. Which, as the name implies, it's got an entire storyline. But, I mean, it's got this entire storyline which deals with multiverses and whatnot. They may be teenage heroes, but there's an entire multiverse. I mean, hell, it's pretty obvious. And when you actually start up the game, you can see that a lot more of the time fog. Obviously, I've unlocked a lot more since I've been playing a while. But yeah, that's straight up Thor in the time fog. Fighting, obviously, what was his name? Somebody the Butcher or something like that. One of the god killers often works with the Emerald Enchantress and has a giant axe. So yeah, folks, I mean, the closest you're ever going to get to the 616 continuity is this game. Because this one references 616 directly, as well as other continuities by their numbers. But in the comics, the 616 doesn't exist anymore. It never did. Well, it did, but it doesn't exist anymore because of Secret Wars, and of course the reality reboot and all the realities crashing together. Your best bet of ever getting anything like that is this app. And it is a free app. Here, She-Hulk. And I've even got Tigra. Yeah, sorry for potato quality, folks. Just wanted to point this out. So stop freaking out about Carol Danvers. Everybody has new continuity. Everybody. Alright, I gotta go back to downloading Fallout 4 and everything since my H drive seems to not be coming back, which means I've lost Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition. I haven't lost all my mods though, because all my mods were on a separate hard drive. I had the actual game installs on my H drive, but the actual mods were on a different hard drive. So, I've got to re-download Fallout 4, and I've got to re-download Skyrim Special Edition. And actually, since I rearranged several of my hard drives, I've actually got to download a bunch of other ones just so I can remove them so they can be properly removed. But I will see you guys all in the future. Peace out.